The jar of jam in your kitchen is mostly sugar, and the countryside label is designed to stop you noticing. One premium brand sits right on the legal minimum fruit content for ordinary jam. One leads with fruit on the front, while glucose fructose syrup does the work inside. One reduced sugar jar needs a longer list of additives to replace what the sugar used to do, and one fruit you would swear was the headline turns out to be mostly cheaper apple, bulked out and flavoured. 7 jams fail the basic test of what jam should be. 3 still put fruit first. The premium jars are often worse than the budget ones, and the proof is printed on the label. Subscribe. We do this every week. Let's start with number 7. Number 7 on the avoid list, Hartley's strawberry jam. Hartley's is one of the most familiar jam brands in Britain. It has the kind of name shoppers recognise without thinking. The red label, the long supermarket presence, the breakfast table familiarity. It feels like the safe middle of the jam aisle. The number that tells the Hartley's story is 37. Hartley's strawberry jam is prepared with 37 grams of fruit per 100 grams of finished product. For ordinary strawberry jam, the legal floor is 35 grams. That means Hartley's sits just 2 grams above the minimum. That does not make it illegal. It does not make it fake. It does make the branding feel more generous than the fruit content actually is. The ingredient list starts with sugar, then strawberries, then water, then pectin, citric acid, and sodium citrates. That is not unusual for a mass-market jam, but it matters because most shoppers picture jam as fruit preserved with sugar. In this jar, the fruit is not leading the product, the sugar is. And there is a second number the law makes them print, right next to the first. Total sugar content in grams per 100 grams. On most standard jams, it sits around 60 grams. Think about what that means against 37 grams of fruit. More than half the jar, by weight, is sugar. And the fruit figure includes its own natural water and sugars before you even start. So the picture on the front, ripe fruit tumbling out of the jar, and the picture on the back, sugar first, and a sugar figure north of half the contents, are 2 different products. The law lets you see both. Almost nobody turns the jar around to look. The problem with Hartley's is not that it breaks the rules. The problem is that it shows how low the rules can be while still producing something shoppers instinctively treat as proper jam. 37 grams of fruit. Sugar making up more than half the jar. Familiarity is doing more work than fruit. Number 6 on the avoid list, the supermarket value jars. Now, 2 jars together because they tell the same story, and telling it twice would be doing their job for them. Stamford Street Company, which is Sainsbury's value range, and Just Essentials by Asda. Neither is pretending to be artisan. Both are cheap, basic and functional, and in one sense that makes them more honest than some of the premium-looking products further up this list. The number that tells both their stories is 35. Each is prepared with 35 grams of fruit per 100 grams. That is the legal minimum for ordinary strawberry jam. The label is doing exactly what the law requires, and not 1 gram more. The ingredients are near identical too. Sugar, strawberries, water, citric acid, sodium citrates, and pectin. Different supermarket. Same formula, same fruit number. The water is the tell. It is not there because strawberries are short of water. It is there because these are low-fruit, cost-controlled products where texture and spreadability are managed with formulation rather than fruit. Again, no scandal. Budget products behaving like budget products. The danger is what they quietly teach shoppers to accept as normal. Once the lowest legal fruit level becomes the everyday, the gap between cheap jam and supposedly better jam gets very hard to see unless you know exactly where to look. 35 grams of fruit, the floor. The cheapest end of the aisle shows you where it sits. A quick word on the words on the jar because this is where they get you. 3 of those words do not mean what you think. Under UK law, jam is a protected term. To call something strawberry jam, it must be prepared with at least 35 grams of fruit per 100 grams. That is the floor, and it is legally enforced. Extra jam is a higher protected tier, at least 45 grams of fruit. So far, so honest. But here is the part the aisle does not advertise. The words conserve, preserve, and fruit spread are not protected at all. They carry no legal minimum fruit content. None. A manufacturer can put preserve or conserve on the label, words that sound older, richer, and more traditional than plain jam, and the law requires nothing extra of them whatsoever. The word is doing the work. The fruit is not required to back it up. Read that again, because it reframes the whole shelf. The grandest sounding words on the jam aisle, preserve and conserve, are the ones with the least legal meaning behind them. The humble word jam is the only one that comes with a guaranteed fruit floor. So when a jar leans on preserve and a countryside picture, the only thing telling you the truth is the one line they are legally required to print. Prepared with so many grams of fruit per 100 grams. That line cannot be marketed around. Everything else on the jar can. Keep that in mind because the next two jars depend on it entirely. Number 5 on the avoid list. Duerr's Strawberry Jam. Duerr's is a proper British jam name. The company has history, recognisability, and a place in the category that makes it feel more traditional than the cheapest own labels. That is exactly why this one matters. The number that tells the Duerr's story is 35. Duerr's strawberry jam is prepared with 35 grams of fruit per 100 grams. The legal flaw again, but the stronger warning is the first ingredient. Glucose fructose syrup. That means the biggest single ingredient in the jar is not strawberries. It is not even ordinary table sugar. It is glucose fructose syrup, a sweetener made from starch and widely used in processed food, because it delivers sweetness, texture, and cost control all at once. There is nothing automatically dangerous about glucose fructose syrup in a jam. The point is simpler than that. If you are buying jam because you want fruit, the first ingredient on the list should give you pause. The order tells the story. Glucose fructose syrup first, strawberries second, sugar third, then pectin and acidity regulators. That is not a traditional fruit-first product. That is a sweetened spread, built to meet the jam standard while keeping cost and texture under control. 35 grams of fruit, glucose fructose syrup leading the list. The fruit is not leading this jar. This is where the smart shoppers separate themselves from everyone else. The front of the jar is where the brand tells its story. The back of the jar is where the product tells the truth. If this video is changing how you look at the jam aisle, subscribe to UK Food Exposed, hit the hype button and hit like. Every hype pushes this investigation to thousands more shoppers before they pay premium prices for jars that contain more story than strawberry. Now back to the list. Number 4 on the avoid list. Mackays Scottish Strawberry Preserve. This is the one that surprised me most. Mackays sounds like it should be one of the safe choices. A Scottish name. The word preserve rather than basic jam. A traditional feel. A jar that looks like it belongs nearer the premium shelf than the value shelf. The number that tells the Mackays story is 35. Mackays Scottish Strawberry Preserve is prepared with 35 grams of fruit per 100 grams. The same fruit level as the budget jars at the bottom of the aisle. And now you know why that is even allowed, because preserve is not a protected word. It can sit on the legal floor and still call itself something that sounds better than jam. The ingredient list includes glucose fructose syrup, strawberries, sugar, pectin and citric acid. None of this is illegal or hidden. It is printed on the label. But the expectation the branding creates is far stronger than the fruit declaration supports. That is the power of the word preserve. It sounds more traditional. It sounds more careful. It sounds more generous than jam. The fruit number cuts through all of it in 3 seconds. 35 grams is 35 grams, whether the jar says value, jam, preserve, Scottish, traditional or homemade style. Mackays is the warning that matters most for shoppers who already avoid the cheapest products. You can trade up in appearance without trading up in fruit at all. Scottish preserve, minimum fruit. The word on the front is not the number on the back. Number 3 on the avoid list. Bonne Maman Strawberry Conserve. Bonne Maman is not a bad jam. That needs saying clearly and upfront. The fruit content is better than most of this avoid list. The brand has earned its reputation for taste. The gingham lid is one of the strongest pieces of packaging in the entire category. Most shoppers see Bonne Maman and immediately think quality. The number that tells the Bonne Maman story is 50. Bonne Maman strawberry conserve is prepared with 50 grams of fruit per 100 grams. That is meaningfully better than 35. It is better than Hartley's, better than the value jars, better than Duerr's, and better than Mackays. So why is it on the avoid list? Because this video is not only about whether a product is acceptable, it is about whether it earns the price and the reputation it carries. 50 grams of fruit is good, but it is not the highest in the aisle. As you are about to see, Tesco Finest sits higher, Marks and Spencer sits higher, Tiptree Little Scarlet sits higher. Several less glamorous jars match or beat it on fruit without the same emotional pull of that gingham lid. That is the Bonne Maman trap. The jar feels like the benchmark. The label quietly shows it is not. The ingredients themselves are clean and straightforward. Strawberries, sugar, cane sugar, concentrated lemon juice, and fruit pectin. No glucose-fructose syrup problem here at all. The issue is value and assumption. Shoppers reach for Bonne Maman as though the decision has already been made for them. The fruit content says the decision is worth a second look. 50 grams of fruit. Genuinely good jam, powerful branding, not the automatic winner most shoppers assume it to be. Number 1 on the avoid list, Stute no sugar added strawberry jam. Stute earns the top of the avoid list because it is not just selling jam, it is selling reassurance, no sugar added, lower sugar. A product many shoppers with blood sugar concerns may reach for as the safer choice. That makes the wording around this jar more sensitive than any other on the list, and it makes reading the label more important, not less. The number that tells the Stute story is 56.9. That is the grams of polyols per 100 grams. The sweetener is sorbitol. The sugar figure is genuinely very low, listed at 2.2 grams per 100 grams, and that part is true. But the sweetness has not disappeared. It has been moved across to sorbitol, a sugar alcohol that sweetens the product while keeping the declared sugar number down. The fruit content is 45 grams per 100 grams, better than the legal minimum, but not exceptional. And the first ingredient is sweetener, then strawberries, then citric acid and pectin. The important point is not that sorbitol is dangerous in ordinary use. It is not. The important point is that polyols can have a laxative effect in larger amounts, which is why UK labelling guidance requires a warning when a food contains a significant level of them, and jam is easy to underestimate. 1 spoon becomes 2. 2 slices of toast become a bigger serving than the portion on the label. A product bought for reassurance can still carry trade-offs the front of the jar does not spell out clearly enough. Low sugar, high polyols. The claim is true. The small print is where the real decision sits, and a no-sugar added jam is exactly the jar where you should read it. Now here are the 3 that pass. The jars where the fruit content is high enough to justify the purchase, the ingredient list is straightforward enough to trust, and the product gives shoppers a real reason to choose it. Number 3 on the worth-buying list, Tesco Finest Strawberry Conserve. Tesco Finest is exactly why shoppers should not judge jam by brand romance. It does not have the French lid. It does not carry the strongest countryside image. It does not have the emotional weight of the old heritage names. But the label is doing something many premium brands fail to do. The number that tells the Tesco Finest story is 55. Tesco Finest Strawberry Conserve is prepared with 55 grams of fruit per 100 grams. That is higher than Bonne Maman. It is 20 grams above the legal floor. It is a real step up from the value jars and the minimum fruit preserves. The ingredient list is simple: sugar, strawberry, pectin, and citric acid. Not flawless, but clear, and the fruit content is strong enough that the product genuinely deserves its place in the premium tier. This is the counterintuitive lesson of the jam aisle. The own-label premium product can beat the famous branded product on the one number that matters. Shoppers assume supermarket own-label is the compromise. In jam, the compromise is often paying more for a brand while getting less fruit. Tesco Finest proves the right question is not who made the jar, the right question is what the fruit line says. 55 grams of fruit. Less romance, more strawberry. Number 2 on the worth-buying list, Tiptree Little Scarlet Strawberry Conserve. Tiptree's standard strawberry conserve is good, but Little Scarlet earns its place here because it offers something genuinely different. The number that tells the Little Scarlet story is 60. Tiptree. Little Scarlet is prepared with 60 grams of fruit per 100 grams. That is a high fruit content by mainstream jam standards. It is not just above the legal minimum, it is approaching twice the level of the weakest jars on this list. The ingredients are sugar, Little Scarlet strawberries, citrus pectin, and citric acid. The jar is expensive, but the premium is connected to a real ingredient story. Little Scarlet is a specialist strawberry variety closely associated with Tiptree. The jar is not relying on a font, a lid, or a countryside image. It is relying on a specific named fruit and a fruit content that backs up the price. That is what premium should mean. Not nicer packaging, not a heritage name, not a jar that looks good on a breakfast table. A higher fruit content, a specific fruit, and a reason printed on the label. 60 grams of fruit. A real premium jar. The price has evidence behind it. Number 1 on the worth buying list. Marks & Spencer Strawberry Conserve. Marks & Spencer takes the top spot because it delivers one of the strongest combinations in the whole category. High fruit content, mainstream availability, and a clear label. The number that tells the Marks & Spencer story is 60. It is prepared with 60 grams of fruit per 100 grams. That puts it ahead of Bonne Maman, ahead of Tesco Finest, and far ahead of every 35-gram jar on the avoid list. The ingredient list is strawberries, sugar, citric acid, sodium citrate, and pectin. There are still setting and acidity ingredients, but the headline stands. Strawberries come first. This is a fruit-forward preserve by supermarket standards. This is where the title of this video pays off. Made with real fruit does not mean the other jars contain no fruit. That would be inaccurate, and you deserve the truth, not a slogan. It means these jars contain enough fruit for the claim to feel earned. The difference between 35 grams and 60 grams may not sound huge when you hear it quickly. Across a jar, it is the difference between a product built around the legal flaw and a product where the fruit is doing far more of the work. That is the difference you are actually paying for. Marks & Spencer does not win because the label is the prettiest. It wins because the number is strong, the jar is easy to find, and the fruit content earns the price. 60 grams of fruit. Mainstream shelf. The label earns the claim. Here is what this all comes down to. The jam aisle is not really divided between cheap jars and expensive jars. It is divided between jars where the fruit content supports the story and jars where the story is doing far more work than the fruit. Some jars sit at 35 grams of fruit per 100 grams and still manage to look traditional, wholesome, or premium. Some charge more because of a famous lid, a heritage name, or a comforting picture of a field. And some of the best options are not the brands most shoppers instinctively reach for. That is why the fruit content rule matters, and it is the one thing to take from this video. Before you buy any jam, turn the jar around and find the line that says prepared with so many grams of fruit per 100 grams. That single number tells you more than the brand name, the countryside picture, the word preserve, the gingham lid, or the price. 35 grams means the jar is sitting on the legal floor for ordinary jam. 45 grams is better, but still ordinary. 50 grams is solid. 55 and above is where a jar starts to justify a premium. 60 grams is where the fruit is finally leading the jar. And remember the trick with the words. Jam and extra jam are protected and have a fruit floor. Preserve, conserve, and spread are not, and promise you nothing. Only the number is honest. If this video changed what you are putting on your toast, subscribe to UK Food Exposed, hit the hype button, and hit like. Every hype pushes this investigation to thousands more shoppers before they pay premium prices for packaging instead of fruit. Drop a comment telling me which food product you want us to investigate next. We read every one. Demand real fruit, not sugar, syrup, and countryside packaging.